exclamation at his trespass. The spirits welcomed him here. The Indian gestured in reverence. "I thank you, bird spirit," he said. The jay flew away. The Indian waded the stream and faced the stone. Slowly, he raised both hands and pressed them against the medicine marks of the gods. Centuries passed before the inscription was deciphered, and the great slab with its carvings became famous as the Heavener runestone. The inscription was a cryptopuzzle, deciphered as a date, November 11th, 1012. The place was eastern Oklahoma in the Poteau Mountains above the town of Heavener. Scholars theorized that the Vikings sailed up the Mississippi River, then up the Arkansas River, and finally up the Poteau River, which leads to within a mile of the runestone. What became of these Norsemen who ventured so far from the fields and fjords of home? Did they leave a legacy other than a date to mark their presence? Kwani knew. Part 1. Kwani, 1270 AD. 1. She crouched, waiting. Someone was out there. Through the cave opening she could see Sunfather's last light dissolving behind the mountain. The dank odor of the cave blended with mountain fragrances, and the smell of nightfall, and of something else. The nostrils in Kwani's round, red-brown face dilated with intense effort to scent a dangerous presence. She balanced the spear in her hand, ready to throw. She had never used a spear before, and it felt awkward and heavy. But it was all the protection she had now. Her heart beat hard, and she tried to quiet her breathing. Someone was out there. Above the cave, a rocky ledge protruded. The cougar crouched there to ease her wound. In the cold sunset light, the open gash in her side oozed red. The wound was not healing. Its constant throbbing gave her no rest. She had been unsuccessful in her hunting, and she was ravenous. Without food, she would die soon. The wind shifted and she lifted her nose to it. Instantly she became alert, the wound forgotten. There was a scent she recognized. She inched to the cliff's edge and leaned over, scanning the area below. Footprints led to the opening of a small cave. In the deepening shadow, the cougar could not see inside. But she knew what was there. She crouched, waiting. Inside the cave, Kwani listened. There was a rustle, a stirring as night rolled from the horizon like a dark sea. The quavering call of a night bird echoed faintly and faded to silence. The bird's call said that all was well, but Kwani was uneasy. Nervously, she brushed the long black hair away from her face. Usually, she wore it in the conventional squash blossom style, a large roll high over each ear. But it had tumbled hours ago in her desperate run to escape Maluku, the medicine chief, and in her scramble up the mountain. She strained to hear. Silence, deep and total. It was unnatural. She retreated deeper into the cave. Her yucca fiber sandals whispered and scratched against the rocks as she clambered up a small rise at the back. Shivering, she wrapped her rabbit fur robe closely about her and pressed her small body against the cave wall. I must leave room to throw the spear. She raised her arm, thrusting the spear back, but it hit the wall. She climbed down a little and tried again. If only she had brought wood to make a fire, to keep animals away. From a distance came the hoot of an owl, long and low. Terror boiled in her stomach. The owl's cry was a harbinger of death. What was out there? The cold night wind carried a taste of rain. The cougar trembled as the wind probed her bones without cooling the burning of her wound. She longed for the warm comfort of her den.